PAB number 6 Ghost Story showing $7. Zinder's out from $16 to $18. Masterful is Firm Diffraction, the one Mel and I are on. It's showing $4.80. Cape Row is showing $18. It's now out to $20 or $21. Grand Connection, $61. Rembetica, $16. And Herald, well, he keeps getting out, almost out to $81. Okay, the man who'd know what sort of race you should ride from the 1400 metre barrier at Randwick is Shane Dye. Here he is to discuss the tactics.
Race one of the day over 1400 metres. Barriers of a great importance. It helps to draw an inside barrier, and Cohort's drawn barrier 1, and he's going to get a lovely run. Another thing at the 1400 metres is you've got to go forward and get a handy position, because leaders sometimes pull up after the first turn and go slow, and they can win the race. The horse I'm on is Cinders. He's going to race probably 3rd or 4th, and he's got a chance.
Okay, thanks very much, Shane. Words of wisdom from Shane. And now the man who's going to call all the action for us today, John Tapp.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you very much indeed. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our monster coverage of Epsom Day 1994. This is the first of 8 under brilliant spring sunshine at Randwick. Malcolm Johnston is over behind the barrier. He's on board one of the greats of the turf, Ming Dynasty, who is now 21 years of age. But like Malcolm, he's weathered well.
How are you, champ?
Good, mate. Nice to have you on the show.
Thanks,
Miracle.
champion. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm enjoying this. I really am. I'm only on Old Ming at the moment, but wait till I get on Super later. I'm really going to enjoy that.
What catches your eye, Mel?
And I tell you what looked really good. The favourite Cohort looked absolutely fantastic. Ghost Story looked quite well. Profits looks good, but they can't get him in the barrier. Old Committal looks good. Mate, they all look good to me. They're racehorses, mate.
Exactly, and if they're in good stables with good trainers, they should look good on the day that counts, and that's these big carnival days.
Exactly right. They're having a bit of trouble here getting Profits in, but they'll get him in, I'll guarantee you.
He's a very fast horse, Mal, and he's a certain leader in the race. I wonder if they've put Simon Marshall on for that reason. Simon has a reputation as a rider of front runners, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons he is on him, because he is such a great front running jockey. He certainly will lead in the race. When you look at the race, he's absolutely the natural leader. He's got abundant speed, and I think Simon will suit him down the ground, and he looks good.
I've got my 1050s parked upon you at the moment, my boy, and geez, you look good. You've lost no style at all.
No, thank you very much, John. I'm just riding a little bit long. I don't know how to handle this long riding, and I tell you something now, John, I'm going to be nice and sore tonight, and if I don't get out of the way, I'm in some trouble. Excuse me.
That's Profits, is it?
That's Profits.
He was going to plant the slipper, son.
Yes, he certainly was, as long as he don't hit any of us.
Righto, Miracle, lovely to have you, mate, and we'll talk to you before race 2.
Thanks, mate. By the end of the day, I'll be driving you mad, Tappy.
I can cop it, sweet. Now, Profits is giving a lot of trouble. Rider out of the saddle, Simon Marshall, and he just let go there with both barrels. Fleetingly, but I think they've just about got him now. There's Double Malt moving up into line. We're waiting on Grand Connection and Zinders. Double Malt goes in, Grand Connection coming along ahead of Zinders, and that will leave only the top weight Committal. And they'll be set and ready for dispatch. Barrier position's important from this gate, as Shane Dye mentioned in his tactical preview. This little boy riding Committal, Lenny Beasley, is one of the latest finds as far as the apprentice jockeys are concerned. He claims 3 kilograms and has impressed all and sundry in the last couple of months with a few very heady rides. And Kevin Robinson, who trains Committal, is pretty fussy when it comes to picking jockeys, and he had no hesitation in grabbing the services of this boy once he realised how much weight Committal had been given in the race, a whopping 60 kilograms, but now offset by 3 for young Len Beasley. Now, Grand Connection is still out of line, and so is Committal. They're the two holding up the start. Well, you couldn't have ordered a better day than this one. There's barely a breath of wind, and that's the most pleasing factor, because Sydney, as you know, has been whipped with very blustery winds for the last 7 or 8 days. And I think the Australian Jockey Club were hoping that wind would subside, which it has. And it's almost a dead calm. Now, Committal going up towards the outside of the field, and they look to be about set and ready for dispatch. Cohort has the inside gate. He stands up well. Waikikamu Cow and Cape Row face up squarely. So does Zinders and Rembetica. Ghost Story, Double Malt, Profits. They all face well. And the starters ready. First event on Epsom Day. They're off. Ghost Story a little slow, so was Herald, and Wide Out Committal bounced out in front, taken on and headed straight away by Profits, although he's got to work a bit on Profits to head off Committal at the end of 200 metres, and Masterful straight into the box seat is running third, followed by Cape Row. Cohort wants to over-race a bit in the early stages. Zinda's trapped out 3 deep in the run to the first corner. Further back, Rembetica, followed by Waikikamu Ghost Story, Double Malt, and then Herald, and 2.5 lengths away, Last Grand Connection. The speedy Profits has dashed away, going over the crossing, opened up a lead of 4 lengths to Committal, 1.5 lengths Masterful, a length to Zinda's, followed closely by Cohort on the fence, Cape Row between that pair being ridden a bit, a gap to Waikikamu, followed by Rembetica, Double Malt, Ghost Story and Herald, and 2 lengths away, Last Grand Connection. Profits is a mile in front. Profits comes to the turn about 7 lengths clear of Committal, Masterful in third place, followed by Cohort, and then Zinda's, who's pretty deep on the turn and under pressure, and Cape Row at the head of the others. Simon Marshall goes for home on Profits. He's well clear coming over the rise, led by about 5-2 Committal, Masterful, Wide Out and Cohort in the centre. Profits are still well clear past the 200. Masterful has run into second place. He's spotting the leader about 4 lengths. Profits clear with 100 to go. Masterful is absolutely flying now. Profits going up and down in the one spot. Masterful on the outside has grabbed him and beat him on the line. Masterful gave him a big start and caught him on the line. Profits second, third Cohort, and then Committal, followed by Rembetica, Double Malt, Herald and Cape Row, followed by Zinda's Grand Connection and Waikikamu, and Ghost Story has pulled up at the tail of the field. Oh, he looked home, Profits, but you knew there was a chance of him stopping, and stop he did. Now the numbers will be 8, 4, 3, and the winner number 8, Masterful, $5 and $1.90. Number 4, Profits, $2.90, and Cohort will get third, number 3, and will pay a place dividend of $1.50. Ken, did you see him taking fairy-like footsteps?
Yes, he just went a little bit too keen early, but if you're on Profits, I reckon you had the money spent halfway down the straight. Look at him there, inside the last 60 or 70 metres. He's still 1 3/4 lengths in front. Now Masterful comes. Keep him going, son, you little beauty. And Masterful grabs him right on the line to the cheers of M. Johnston and Kay Callender.